Wow.
Welcome back.
You didn't catch the elevator to come up?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they installed one. Oh, thanks. Our crew installed an elevator. Right on. Thank you.
Just for you, superstar.
Right on.
Welcome, e como mai. We're back with Choose Aloha, lesson 3, and I have a very serious question for you. Who is your boss?
Wait, what? My boss? Mm-hmm. You mean at work or at home? My boss on my running squad? I have a lot of bosses, so what do you mean?
Okay, it's not a trick question, first of all.
Okay.
Who's your boss? Every second of every day, we all obey one boss.
Okay, yeah.
One voice, one commander. And who you, I, or anyone watching with us right now picks as our boss determines our ultimate success or failure in life. So the ultimate question is, who's your boss?
Every second of every day, one boss. Mm-hmm. Okay, you got me. Who's the boss?
I'm so glad you asked. The boss is our brain, and not just any part of your brain. There are 3 parts, and which part you choose to be your boss determines if you become violent or victorious, whether life sucks or is successful.
Oh,
see how I did that right there?
I see how you did that. I see how you did that. You made me think it was talking about like man or woman as own boss, but really it's our brain. It's true. It's transformative. That's right. You'll learn more on who's the boss so you can have better control over your life today. But first, let's do a mindful moment.
Oh, good timing. I like these. Let's do this.
Our brave vets, you know how it's done. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4, and exhale for 4. Ready, set, begin. Inhale.
Inhale through the nose.
3, 4. Hold
Deep
it.
into the belly.
2, 3, 4. And exhale, please.
Through the mouth.
3,
Out through the lips.
4. Inhale. Second time. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4. And exhale.
Through the mouth, letting go all the anxiety and the stress, the worries, the concerns.
Inhale, third time.
Filling yourself up with good air, good oxygen, good thoughts.
Hold it. 2.
Holding the goodness right there for yourself.
Exhale, please.
And out through the mouth, letting go of all the stress and the negativity.
And last one, make it big. Inhale.
Last one, the best one.
2, 3.
It's important because you're important.
Hold it.
Hold it. Hold your breath for
2,
yourself.
3.
You should feel a calming and centering.
And release that. Come on, release it. Blow it out. 3, 4.
Now, as
Job well
important
done.
as it is to do that breathing exercises, it's also important to check in with your body. How do you
always
feel
do.
right now? Just one word, I feel really relaxed.
I feel great, excited, motivated.
Portuguese, one word is actually 5.
It's
That's fine.
17 words. 17.
Here's an amazing story and a true one. You heard of 6-year-old Jesse Lewis, who stood up to the gunman at the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. He lost his life, but his mom, Scarlett, took what was meant for evil and she did something good. She started Choose Love. Why? To help people not to hurt or bully or kill or self-harm like the gunman did. Instead, she wanted to help kids express our emotions in healthy ways, even our anger.
That's right. It's called SEL, Social Emotional Learning. It connects head to heart. So we can say and express emotions instead of, bottling it up and then exploding in anger or violence or using coping tricks like drinking, drugs, fussing around, and fighting.
Social emotional learning is for kids, but we've realized that we never learned these essential life skills as kids. So we're learning as we're teaching you right now. In fact, our founder, Scarlett, she learned it after Jesse died. She was 42 years old.
Personally, I started learning in 2020. I'm a grown man. That's right. It's changed my life as I know it today for the better. Even small things like brave breaths. We do this every lesson. They work. Honestly, from personal experiences, it's totally life-changing.
It really is. In fact, Scarlett took Choose Love into prisons in New Hampshire to transform prisons. They asked her to come to their program graduation.
Right.
And then the inmates handed her a check for $1,000. They said, please take this and use it to keep teaching our kids. Why? Because if we had this program, we would not have made the decisions that got us into this place.
That's good.
That's powerful. Please keep teaching Choose Love to our kids, they said.
That's the power of one. One person choosing love and impacting others to change their lives too. Boom!
So today, let's keep choosing aloha. Why? Because each of us has that power of one to change us and our world.
Today is one of the VIP, very important parts of the entire Choose Love movement.
Back to the ultimate question, who's the boss? Now, the thing is, when you choose which part of your brain to be the boss brain,
Yes.
you better ask the better question, which is, what part of your brain is the boss? Before you answer, allow us to introduce you to your brain. There are 3 basic parts, and you pick which one is the boss.
I see what you're doing here. First of 3 parts is the reptilian brain, or more simply called the lizard brain. There you go. This is the gecko. Yeah, like Ma'afala, my Mo'ofela, the lizard brain right here, right there.
Second part of the brain is called the mammalian brain. In Choose Love, we call this the numbat. That's a cute little furry animal native to Australia. Sorry, we live Hawaii, so we don't have a numbat with us today. We have the mo'o.
And last but definitely not least, the human brain, or simply the human. So all together we have the lizard,
The brain stem right here,
the numbat,
which is right here, the palm of your hand.
and the human parts of our brain.
And that is the prefrontal cortex when you make a fist like that.
Bet you never know, right? It's part of the reptilian mammalian with a side of hammer.
Focus. Let's not just throw in the word hammer at all points possible.
But was all true. Reptilian mammalian side hammer, in fact, heavy on the hammer.
Oh, spoiler alert. I got you now. Again, that is 1, the lizard. Number 2 is the numbat. And number 3 is the human. So, back to our question, who's your boss? If we use the hand-brain model, we see the lizard, number 2 is the numbat, and then number 3, the human. And if you choose which one you want, you might choose well.
If you choose human hammer as your boss, you win. I win. You win. See, I told you the answer right off the top already.
I didn't realize that, but you're
Yeah.
right. That's the hammer. If we could just teach this in a simple 1, 2, 3, step by step, that'd be much better, pal. Thank you. Follow me,
Got it.
please.
Got it.
First, the lizard brain is your life support. It controls your heartbeat, your blinking, your breathing, internal organs. That's all in your brain
Right.
stem. All your autonomous, automatic life functions.
Woo, using big words, Don. Using big
Public
words.
schools, brah, we get them too. Always on and always working to keep you alive. It never sleeps, the brain stem, the lizard
true.
brain. It also alerts you to the fight, flight, or freeze, which is danger. It helps you to survive. It's our most basic brain. The lizard is automatic. You don't have to think. In fact, the lizard is a no-brainer.
Sis, over here.
Automatic, get it? No-brainer.
So unreal. All right, so next up we got the mammalian or the numbat. If this is your brain right here, this is the smallest part. All right.
brain stem.
It's your limbic system, meaning all your emotions and social behavior. It also tells you right from wrong. It influences actions and how you feel both at the same time. Rolled into one brain, actions and emotions, which is why it sometimes feels like a emotional roller coaster.
Up, down, all around, crazy. That's your numbat emotional brain.
Some live in the numbat and serve boss numbat, but we don't like do that. That's why we tend to snap off or get emotional or act out. Who you talking to? God, you talking to me? Huh? Who's your boss?
Finally, the third part of every brain is the human brain. It's the front of your brain, right here behind your forehead, the smart part. It helps you to think clearly, make decisions, and solve problems. This part gives you imagination, thought, planning. It's also the source of self-control, which is what separates humans from animals.
Or mammalians.
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 There we are.
Or mammalians.
Our human brain, or prefrontal cortex, is what makes us human. So, who's your boss? Well,
your boss?
when the human brain is in control, you're in control. You're making the best choices for your best life. winners, hammers, and that's the whole human brain.
Yeah.
That's what happens when all three parts, the lizard, the numbat, and the human, all work together.
But guess what happens?
What?
The problem is that whenever we get scared or overwhelmed, this happens. Huh? We flip the lid, right? Look how far away your fingers are from your thumb. It's hard for the lizard, numbat, or human brain to work together as they're so far apart.
Boop, flip your
we
lid.
flip it.
Another problem, when you get angry, it awakens the numbat brain or our emotions by sending all the blood and oxygen right there, and it starts feeding the numbat. We can choose to either nudge the numbat to hug the human with some deep breaths, you know how we do, and pump the oxygen to hug that human. This helps us to slow down, slow to anger, slow to speak in anger, and then we hurt someone. That's when we nudge the numbat and leave the lizard to hug the human.
That happens when we send the numbat's oxygen down to the lizard. So we feed our primitive lizard brain. You see, we feed the lizard brain, it results in a snap attack, reacting quickly, impulsively, in a way that's inappropriate and negative, saying or doing bad things with the full intention of hurting and destroying ourselves and other people.
When you get super angry, yes, that's good.
Now, that's a lot of information we're given right there.
It's
you might
good
have to
stuff.
watch this several times, gang. This is like when you hear about someone getting so angry that they black out.
No, true story.
No, for real.
Some of us here.
Yeah.
So we can either feed the lizard or hug the human. At Choose Love, Choose Aloha, champions always choose aloha, which means we leave the lizard, nudge the numbat, and hug the human.
That's good. We don't like this. We want this. So to back up your billion-dollar question, who's your boss? Is it the lizard, the numbat, or are you fully human? Remember, you're in control and you get to decide. It's your choice.
We can't always choose what happens to us, but we can always choose our response, and we can always choose the best brain, the human brain.
So what now? What?
Chicka, chicka, chicka.
Let's make a deal. Let's make it real right now. Number one, take your G journal out or a piece of paper like we did before. If not, then just take a minute to think it through, all the way through to yourself. It's easy.
Number two, answer the all-important billion-dollar question, who's your boss? Pick number one, the lizard. Number two, the numbat, are you emo? Or number three, the human. Which one is calling the shots and controlling your mind and actions most of the time through the day? Be honest. This is only for you, lizard, numbat, or human.
That's good. Number three, last part of today's question. We all know that the human brain is the best brain for us, right? We just taught that. We're human. So now the question is, how can I make my human brain my number one choice and my boss? For example, maybe it's pausing before you react to take a mindful moment or take some deep breaths. And maybe it's taking a run or doing some push-ups to get your anxiety out. Or remember, the opposite of anxiety is action. So take action. Positive actions like exercising, breathing, walking away, and taking a simple break. It stops the snap attack or the leaping lizard and nudges your numbat and hug the hammer.
Hug the hammer.
Hug the hammer.
You had to throw the hammer back
Did the
in.
hug,
huh?
You like hug some hammers. Sorry, I gotta hug the numbat.
Don't flip that
Sorry,
lid.
Sorry, don't flip.
So now, take a moment to answer this all-important question. How can I make my human brain my number one choice and boss? Why? So you can winning.
No, really, family, this is important because you're important.
Yes.
It's the key to success. Remember that. You got this.
We hope you take this moment for yourself. You're worth it. Finish your answer and see how it transforms your life from violent to victorious, from stressed to blessed, and from sucks to successful.
Ooh, the power of one choice, one brain, one win at a time. You have the power of one.
Today we learned the three parts of the human brain, the lizard, the numbat, and the human. Who's your boss? It's a life changer.
From our hearts and brains to yours, we hope you make great choices of Choose Aloha. And remember,
Always choose aloha, as aloha always wins. Chee-hoo!
Right on, you
Winner,
guys.
winner, chicken dinner.
Press the button right here, please. Zzz. Aloha, gang. Taking the elevator down.